I got my third facelift.
Are you happy with the result?
I kind of am.
You look
I
good.
know I'm shallow, but I am. Take a good look at the face.
Come on!
That
Hell
is
no.
not Demi Lovato. That Demi Lovato does not give me real person vibes.
Is it just me, or do other people get uncanny valley from people with a lot of plastic surgery? You don't
That's
look
a Fashion
like
Nova
a human
girl.
being I see on the regular streets, and it's noticeable.
I am freaking out right now. I just saw a picture of
Who's
Mandy
that?
Moore. Who is
Don't know who that is. I don't know who that
If I
is.
would have went into a coma 5 years ago and woke up today, I wouldn't recognize 90% of Hollywood. What
Who's
the hell
that?
is going on?
We've reached a strange point in beauty standards where the more perfect you look, the less beautiful you are.
Nobody looks human anymore, and it's getting kind of scary. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Like I said, this is pre-recorded. It's probably going up on Sunday. I'm dealing with a migraine, y'all. That's why it's dark. No scary videos, no nothing. Appreciate y'all for watching. Let's get straight into it.
She been comment me.
Women in the world don't look like themselves anymore. They've become so snatched, so sculpted, so symmetrical, and now their faces all...
Jesus Christ. If y'all can't see, cover Miley's big ass forehead real quick. Miley did that little tuckle, that dumb chin tuckle thing. Yeah, she used to have fat cheeks. Her head has always been fat. I don't know, she was kind of regular. Kind of odd though, kind of like Jack Black. She went off the deep end. We would have never thought.
look perfect, but not in a good way. So let's get this straight. I'm kind of nervous about this video because the last thing I want to do is speak down on a woman's face. That's brutal, but something about the new standard
No way,
face
Jenny.
doesn't sit right anymore.
Wednesday.
Literally. And there's young girls growing up all around the world thinking that this is right. We're gonna talk about the almost pretty girl. The girl who has every feature that can make her beautiful according to beauty standards. But these features have literally cut out the warmth, the emotion, and that little bit of life that used to make someone beautiful. This video is gonna be a whole lot of tough love, so if you cannot stand the heat, the oven is going to be on 450 degrees, so I'm sorry, you're going to have to get out the kitchen. Welcome to the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. And I'm not saying you have to subscribe. You're classy. I know you don't just give those away for free.
She got W videos, guys. Make sure you guys are subscribed. W videos every week.
Hit my sign up, start, process. That's exactly what made it perfect. Since celebrities have always been the blueprint for what beauty is supposed to look like, they're our main focus for today. And in the early 2000s to 2010s, not only could you see women with natural beauty, you could see faces that looked completely different from each other.
Before Instagram face, beauty used to be bold. Faces were striking and complex, and you could actually remember them. No one trying to blend in with one another, and no one looked the same. There used to be so much mystery and diversity to women. Faces were textured, asymmetrical, and expressive.
You could open magazines like InStyle, Essence, and Teen People and see girls and women like Beyonce, Mandy Moore, Keke Palmer, Amanda Bynes. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat this and make it seem like the beauty standards back in the day couldn't be toxic. Thigh gaps and cheekbones were still glorified. Let's get that settled.
Thigh gaps, for
You
real.
went to the dentist, but you refused to have your gap closed. Do you really think you can have a CoverGirl contract with the gap in your mouth?
Yeah, why not?
This is all people see. Easy Reads Beautiful CoverGirl. It's not marketable.
Yeah, just a little bit is okay, but I don't want to completely close it.
Well, I guess she just left the gap wide open for another girl, baby.
I agree.
Heroin chic is a style popularized in the early 1990s fashion and characterized by pale skin, dark circles underneath the eyes, emaciated features, androgyny, and stringy hair, all traits associated with the abuse of heroin or other drugs. A 1996 article in the LA Times stated that the fashion industry had a nihilistic vision of beauty that was reflective of drug addiction.
I'm just gonna say this, if the beauty standards back in the day...
I'm not gonna lie, everybody from this time If you was on one of these covers, you look like you probably did cocaine. To me, you look like you did cocaine. Just something about this time, I can't put it past nobody. You probably was on drugs.
Weren't toxic, women wouldn't look like how they look today. Moral of the story, women used to look like themselves. And I know that kind of sounds like an oxymoron because of course women look like themselves. But when we take a look at today, it makes sense why I'm saying that. Over time, natural beauty started to feel outdated, almost like it wasn't enough to just look like yourself.
Most of my life, I felt self-conscious because I didn't have as much chest as other grown-up women. So I went to the hospital and had what they call plastic surgery.
But why? What was wrong with the way you were?
But I just never felt good about myself the way I
There's nothing wrong with plastic surgery.
Started to get more aggressive.
It's just when you start trying to look like this right here. The issue is this right here. Ma'am. Like, come on. That look nasty. And this is a lot of people's, you know, for a lot of women, I won't speak for everybody, but you can say, oh, I think Demi Lovato she's fire. Ew, no, what? Plastic surgery. Oh, Cardi B, plastic surgery. Nicki Minaj, plastic surgery. Beyonce, oh, BBL, oh no. But for a lot of girls, she's the exception for BBL, rib cage removed, nose, chin tuckle, breast augmentation. Women think she's still that one. Me, on the other hand,
that nigga's tripping.
No, that looks bad. This don't look good.
The beauty standards started to get more aggressive.
That looks
and
crazy.
It started to get more accessible in a way that made a lot of women feel like they had to have
That's
it,
a nigga
like
on the
they
right.
had to keep up.
Female celebrities are pretty much in an impossible position where they're required to look perfect and look youthful forever in order to have a career. But they can't look too overdone or they'll be plastic and they won't look effortless, and that will damage their career because they won't be able to emote and make the facial expressions that they need for acting. I mean, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. It's no wonder that celebrities are going to seemingly any length to look young and flawless forever.
Once celebrities and influencers started showing off these upgrades, people wanted those results.
I went to Kris Jenner's last guy because the new guy is $1 million.
For a facelift?
For a facelift.
No way.
And the ladies are lining up. These psycho are calling and using code words and passwords. And you've got to know the password to get Kris Jenner's guy for $1 million.
What?
Most people have a shopping wish list. I have a surgery wish list. Or all the surgeries, treatments, etc. that I would get if money wasn't an issue.
I want this nose. I need this nose. I would pay to have this nose.
From the nose jobs to the lip fillers, the brow.
I feel like none of this is bad. It's just when you go down that road, like, this isn't different than me saying, you know what, I'm not fat, I'm not skinny, but I don't have a six-pack. Let me work out and get a six-pack. Yeah, it's natural, but it's something I don't like within myself that I'm gonna do something to change. If I don't like my nose, I can't lift weights with my nose and change it, gang. Like, I gotta go and get it, and it's all up to me. But like, when you change your nose and you're just a whole different person out the oven, now when you have kids, they're not gonna look like you. We don't recognize you. Yeah, you can be more confident in how you look, but there's a point of no return. You're gonna have to return at some point. I remember Michael Jackson blew his nose and the shit came off. Y'all remember that?
Lives. And yes, Ozempic has a lot to do with this also.
You said
but
hot.
We'll get to that later. The new go-to look started to become more sculpted and almost exaggerated. And as it became that, it also became more tempting because now you didn't have to be born with it. You could just buy it. So that's when we started to see this unsettling movement of women swapping out their natural beauty for
She look
something
better though.
a bit more manufactured.
She looks the same.
I got
She
my
wasted
third
money.
facelift. I mean, they yanked my face. And I said, give me a good yank. I go, doctor, I don't want to see you in 6 months. Give me a good, get in there and just start pulling, just go yanking.
Now this is where it gets really
He probably got to get back in there.
because people aren't
He ain't
just
yank hard
talking
enough.
about bad surgery. They're talking about the weird, uneasy feeling they get from just looking at it. Today, there are countless women with the
This one right here is this one right here is let us down. This one right here. Cause what is this? You look like a skeleton. You look like me when I go like this.
the exact facial features we were taught to want. The sharp jawline, the high cheekbones, the big pouty lips. But instead of looking stunning, something looks off.
People's faces are really starting to scare me.
Yeah.
Your lips don't need to look like they're trying to escape.
And I noticed Nicole Kidman having a weird mouth.
Your lips don't need to look like they're trying to escape.
Projection, maybe? Because you could kind of use a little bit. You don't need anything. You are perfect, sis. You are perfect. But this is kind of crazy. To be talking about lips, you just look kind of crazy.
And I noticed Nicole Kidman having a weird mouth or something wrong with her face in Aquaman. I literally could not enjoy the movie when she was on screen because it was like something was going on.
Who is Nicole Kidman? This person looks familiar. This person doesn't.
I don't know if it was like too much Botox because like her face didn't have like movement or anything, but this was terrifying.
And y'all, it's so hard to put it into words without sounding or coming off as rude, but let's be real, a lot of women nowadays,
That's scary.
they don't look human.
What is that?
They don't look like a real person.
Oh my
they
goodness.
They almost look like wax figures of themselves.
Women don't really look like human beings anymore.
What the fuck was up? What was that? That was the Degagorgon. That was the Gigagorgon.
What?
Whatever that was. That motherfucker is not real. I saw that motherfucker. It is not real. It's in the back of the plane.
Hundreds of thousands of perfectly beautiful, healthy women, in trying to become even more beautiful, even more perfect, are literally disfiguring their faces with filler.
Mar-a-Lago face is getting a lot of plastic surgery work done, right? Whether it's actually reconstruction or you're just getting injections here, there, and everywhere. But these people do not look like human beings anymore. It's very uncanny valley.
Take Demi Lovato, for example. She was introduced to the media as a child star, appearing in movies and TV shows like Camp Rock, Barney and Friends, and Sunny with a Chance.
Didn't Barney give kids crack?
And you're watching Disney Channel.
And behind the scenes, she was struggling with something that not even a lot of adults.
Oh, I was right. I just said, didn't Barney give the kids crack? And then she started struggling with crack. Right? And that's why, or no, it was emotional damage, right? She was like trying to harm herself. I don't know. I think it was crack though.
Can handle. From eating disorders to battles with addiction, Demi's journey hasn't been easy. So seeing her healthy and thriving today
Oh my
is
God.
amazing.
Once I relapsed, the floodgates were open. Within a couple of weeks, I called a dealer and I was like, do you have condoms? And he said no, but I have hair. And I was like,
the 27-year-old went on to explain how she's come to be more accepting of her body.
Now when I look in the mirror and I start to have a negative thought, so what I say to myself is, nope, you're healthy and I accept you.
When someone's
You look
been
good though.
through that much,
You look
it's
good.
not surprising they'd probably want to look like a completely new version
That
of
looks
themselves.
horrible.
So as she's reintroduced herself to us today, people
She looked like a wet Asian salamander, water monitor, lizard, whatever. Y'all know which animal I'm talking. Sea serpent. Smooth face like a salamander. That's the one. That's the one. This is scary.
have started to talk.
That is not Demi Lovato, and I don't care what anybody says. She went through a rough patch, and I'm all about healing. But that Demi Lovato...
Did you go through a rough patch? It looks like you're still in that rough patch. Let Demi live her life.
Lovato does not give me real person vibes.
Something about her new look looks unfamiliar. Her face is a bit more uplifted, cheeks are a bit more hollowed, and her lips
look good,
are
though.
a lot more pouty, almost to the point where it seems like she can't even close them. There's almost an uncanny, unemotional stiffness to her face.
She's just making the most stupidest of faces. Why are you going... Like, why are you doing that? And on top of that, we're used to seeing everybody with faces like this. Shit face ass. Everybody got a shit face. Go to your camera, turn it around. You like this. Now when they go to the surgeon, they make everything go like this. So this. So then when we're looking at it, there's no more shift. You look kind of weird. Because it looks like you, but you're just not symmetrical. You're symmetrical now.
When I was a preteen, the beauty standard was heroin chic. It was the very, very, very frail, thin looking people. The beauty standards were just so unrealistic. And so I wanted to be that role model for myself.
There seems to be a pattern here. We see
these are the three GOATs. Legendary. Then this one started doing crack. This one started shaking ass on like Robin Thicke. And then this one just disappeared.
And most of them being child stars like Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande, Miley Cyrus. Women who had a distinct, unique look to them growing up now have this sculpted, ultra snatched look, and they just look like a shell of their past self.
I keep seeing Miley Cyrus, and something about it is like really off. Like, she just doesn't even look like a real person.
There was a selfie from a music video shoot, but then like when you watch the music video, she just looks so different.
Her eyes are smaller.
Selena Gomez's name has been coming up a lot, and I know it's a sensitive topic because a lot
it's
of
the fillers right here.
That her new look is tied to her lupus diagnosis. And while she's been incredibly open about her health, she's had a kidney transplant, she takes a lot of medication, and she has weight fluctuations that comes with it.
I had arthritis. My kidneys were shutting down.
This is good Selena Gomez right here. This is prime Salili.
I just kept...
That was the nickname she allowed me to give her while we were growing up.
My mentality was just to keep going.
But even with all of that in mind, people are noticing something else. Something that normally doesn't tie into health.
Why is she transforming into an elderly Chinese woman? 18 million views, 513,000 likes is crazy. People on social media have been talking about Selena Gomez's new look, saying that she does not look like the same person at all. She looks a little bit more gaunt, she looks a little bit older. It's true that she always has had a fuller face in the past, and she says that a lot of her appearance changes is due to her lupus. Meanwhile, others are totally convinced that she's just getting plastic surgery.
Her features look more sculpted, lifted, and tighter in ways that feel like they go beyond what lupus alone could cause. And that's where the conversation...
Now, when she said because of lupus, she didn't mean the disease did that to her. She said the disease made her, or the disease, or the... What's the other word? Y'all know what I'm talking about. It made her face do this, so then she did surgery. So an indirect cause was the lupus. So lupus caused it just indirectly. See, y'all are taking it for whatever y'all want to take it as. She could definitely mean that too.
Conversation gets a little uncomfortable because no one wants to criticize how a woman is coping with her illness. But when the changes start to feel more cosmetic than medical, it opens the door for a lot of people to question what's going on. And wow, are they questioning?
Does having lupus make you Chinese? I don't think it does. I think this is a plastic surgery thing.
You should go get plastic surgery on that yam on your face, sir. Get the fuck off this screen. What are you talking about? Lupus can make my fucking eye like this, and I get plastic surgery like this and fix the... You don't know the reason. Let's let these people do what they want to do. We're not fans of it, but to get on social media and do this, I'm not a fan of that. Because I wouldn't want nobody doing that to me. Gester looks like he's cutting his beard like this. Like, leave me alone, gang. It's my decision.
You're wrong. If you're a person with lupus and then, you know, suddenly people start referring to you as Shang Mei, hit me up. I want to know your story.
Comments like, she looks so fake, she's in her Area 51 era, Selena Gomez is hard to look at, are popping up in comment sections everywhere. And y'all, as cruel as these comments are and extremely unnecessary, we can't deny why there's a reaction to celebrities' new faces, because it's for a reason.
So recently Jenna was in Paris for the premiere of Wednesday season 2. Here's a before and after, and she looks very different. But people are not happy with this difference, and because of it, she's receiving thousands of nasty hate comments. People saying that she looks malnourished, people are accusing her of being on snow, and overall just saying a lot of very mean things.
Y'all remember earlier when we talked about how back in the day, beauty and being pretty wasn't perfect? Well, fast forward to today, beauty is perfect. You basically have to look perfect to be...
So why they put Alabama Barker up here? They talking about perfect. Why they put her up here? This is all subjective. You're white, so you're perfect to somebody, right? You're black, so you're perfect to somebody. You're Latina or just Mexican, or Afro. You're not Afro Latina. You're Latina, so you're perfect to somebody. Big lips, black hair, dark skin, big lips, curly hair. Blonde hair, straight. Well, I think she dyes it. And you're white. This is
considered pretty, especially with comments like these and the comments I just read. That only adds to the pressure of having to be perfect.
For a few years, I have felt this constant pressure to be the prettiest in every space I walk into.
That's
and
on
I think
you.
It's really hitting me today because I'm noticing that constant stress I add to myself is weighing on me mentally and physically. I feel crazy because I'm like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like I have to be the prettiest everywhere I go?
because the things that you are consuming and the people that you are watching and looking up to consciously and subconsciously. There's a reason why guys, we have the same problems but with different things. And it's with far less things. We don't need to look the best, have the best things, this or whatever. Nah. It's just, I need to have the most girls and I need to have the best car. That's really what niggas be talking about 24/7. Women, y'all put yourself in this cycle of like, my opinion of like, I need to be the prettiest. If I ever hear my girlfriend say something like that, I'm like, why? What award do you win for that? Like, what's the reason?
And for a lot of women, that pressure turns into procedures. If we take all the Botox, the fillers, the surgery, the Ozempic, we get a woman that looks like a prettier version of herself, but not entirely. That's because the version was pushed too far, and instead of looking natural, she looks man-made.
When I see a celebrity like this, first I get uncanny valley unease, but also, and I feel bad about this, so just know I feel
This looks crazy. She looks like Draco Malfoy. She also looks like a weird version of Chris Angel and Michael Jackson, and throwing a sprinkle, just a tiny sprinkle of Kelsey Plum. Just all of them, just all in one. Heavy on the Chris Angel though. They put a lot of Chris Angel in there.
I don't find them pretty anymore, and not because their new features aren't pretty, because someone could have these features naturally and be gorgeous. There's something Frankenstein about all these celebrities having these cut and paste parts to the point where they're not even themselves anymore. Actually reminds me of The End of Death Becomes Her. They've just replaced their parts so many times and they're so botched. It's like good from far but far from good. And beyond this making you look kind of like a wax museum version of yourself, it also takes away from whatever made you you in the first place, okay? So here's Zoe Kravitz, here's Shania Twain, Kate Beckinsale, here's Demi Moore. Wait, my favorite one's coming. Here's Lea Michele, and here's Demi Lovato again. This one's more subtle, but here's
Dakota Johnson, and for the record, she used to look like this. First of all, everybody said, give me this jawline. The lips of a fish, hollowed out cheeks, everybody has the same eyebrows. All of this combined with Ozempic just makes everybody look like this creepy, almost pretty version of themselves, but it's just not pretty because it's missing a crucial ingredient to beauty, which I think might be authenticity.
One crucial shift in society to blame for this, and I was gonna call it a hot take, but it's not a hot take. It makes a lot of sense. And that is the
Filters?
rise of AI beauty. I'm talking about the filters that warp what a beautiful face is supposed to look like entirely. These filters don't just smooth the skin and remove.
Just nuke all filters. If none of your filters do the funny, like now you're Indian, now you're African, now you're Chinese, now you're a ginger with freckles. We don't need it. Why do we need beauty filters?
Pores. They literally rebuild
Oh
you.
my God.
And remove pores. They literally rebuild you.
If you don't look drop dead gorgeous with this filter, there is no hope for you.
They lift your cheekbones, they pinch your nose smaller, they make your lips bigger, and they give everyone that same symmetrical face. And the worst part is, we accepted that as beautiful. We got so used to seeing these faces so often, these warped faces, they started to look normal, and they started to become our beauty standard.
AI is about to change the way when we assess beauty, sort of like how plastic surgery did. And the very first thing that I thought of was this one creator. I'm gonna show you. I'm not even gonna really talk about her or her videos, just the imagery that she uses in it, and all of them are all AI generated. I don't know what her prompt is, but I imagine it's literally just like model or pretty model, and this is what it spits out. But the images that her AI spits out, they're all kind of weird. Because while there are women out there who do kind of look like this, it's interesting to think that her AI, when prompted to develop a pretty woman or a model woman, it thinks that all of them look like this. I imagine as a woman or even like a young teenage girl seeing images like that are only going to get more and more common on the internet, like that's gotta like mess with your brain and what you think that you should look like. I just don't like it.
Now I want to show y'all.
But at the same time, not every girl is like this. There's levels. There's people that you see on the street day to day. Those women, go after those women. A lot of these are good women that have their brains intact still. Then there's those people that are here. Now they're here. Look, now they're on this level. And this level, they want to be like these famous people. And they put the filters because they can't afford it. They start catfishing, hella makeup caked on. And then there's the celebrity or the known people. There's the known social media, and then there's the famous people.
A real example of this, stick with me. There's a rise of women who are using a silly filter. Filters that most people would say are ugly. But these women use these filters so much, they actually started to love how they look with them. They actually started to see themselves as beautiful with this filter. So think about it. The more you look at a filter or a surgically altered face, at first it probably looks weird, but the more you look at it, the more you think.
That was the filter I was talking about. Those filters.
Reality aligns with the cultivation theory, which suggests that long-term exposure to media content shapes viewers' perception of reality, which is like. And in the context of beauty standards, repeated exposure to idealized celebrity images can gradually alter our understanding of what's normal or attainable in terms of our appearances.
I feel like a lot of these women, especially the celebrities, they look more expensive than expressive. That's the best way I can word it. It's almost like once you get to a certain
but at the same time, once they were getting all these faces, they forget about how you should look. They went from ugly and smiling like this to a new face and doing this. Like, what is prompting you to not make that same smile? That's not helping as well. You know what I mean? That's less expressive. But W video again by what was her name? Janaea Daniels. Her videos. Janae Danielle. W video from her. Give it up for her, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm gonna see y'all on the very next one. I'm gone.